everyone, how are you guys doing? It's been a really long time that I came online to speak to all of you. That's why I thought today is a good day to come and speak to all of you. I hope everyone's doing very well with good health, and we're also beginning the festive season. December is already here. It's basically the announcement video of the first book that I've written and published. It got published only 2 weeks ago, and here is the look of it. It's called I Am the Chosen One. It's about owning your unique path in life and breaking generational chains that have held you back for so many generations, held you back for so many decades. If you have felt like a misfit in your family, if you felt like a misfit in your community or other places, wherever you've been in your workplace, in your study places, from a misfit, how do you become a master? From misfit to mastery, and how do you redefine your legacy? That is what I bring to you at this end of the year. This is called I Am the Chosen One. If you're a chosen, how do you identify yourself first? Because initially, if you're a chosen, you will be always known as the black sheep. You will be tagged and labeled as the black sheep by people and situations around you. How do you embrace true authenticity and then activate your powers and carve your destiny? Okay, so that is this book all about. It has taken me 2 years to finish this. I was writing it since 2023, and I was something was telling me to constantly finish it fast, because it's the right time where people need to come to know about their authenticity, come to know about their own life destiny, and this book is going to help them a great deal. I felt like time was running out and I need to put this out for people. It's mostly for everybody else, not for me alone. I have anyway gone through this journey, and I'm still going through, of course, but I've finished a huge chunk of it already. But this book is mostly for all the other people who are going through their predicament, and they're at different phases, and they need to know how they can overcome those phases, right? So that is why I was being nudged to finish it. Like, this voice was there in my head, finish it fast. And 70% of the work happened this year, right? The maximum amount of work, that huge chunk, happened this year, and I'm very grateful that I was able to finish it before the year ends. This book is a co-creation with the Spirit, okay? This is co-creation with God. This is not mine alone, because there is a lot of downloaded, a lot of channeled information through Spirit, which is why I cannot take full credit for this. I cannot take credit for this. This is theirs. Like 80% credit is theirs, and maybe 20% is meager mine for having to be the vessel, just being the vessel to put it out through my words and my writing. So, which is why I am extremely grateful, and I have to give this credit, and which is why it makes extremely special. I really thank the Divine for being with me, for being able to create this with their help only. Otherwise, it was definitely not possible. It was definitely not possible. The amount of things that were happening, right? Our lives are kind of busy. We have to do so much also in our 3D life. Our 3D duties are plenty. We have to earn a living and everything, right? So in spite of that, and I was changing homes. Last year I changed like 2 homes, and then a lot of stuff were going on in my personal life as well. So in spite of that, I was able to put in the time and energy to be able to finish that, and that has not happened just because of my efforts. That has completely happened due to the Divine, and I completely give this credit to them. This video will be incomplete if I didn't say it. In 2022, when I started making these motivational, inspirational videos for the first time, it's been 2 years already. Right, I started with Chosen One content, actually, because I was being guided to speak about Chosen Ones only. I started with Chosen One content, if you guys remember, 2 years ago, because a lot of people had approached me saying that they were getting spiritual attacks. They were being attacked from here and there. A lot of attacks were happening, energy attacks, etc. And I was also going through attacks similar, and that's when I realized that this is not something that has happening to just 1 or 2 people. I was also going through a lot of different content in YouTube here and there, learning from different masters, from different people who have already overcome such journeys, who have a lot more experience, and they were giving their wisdom. And that is when I understood that it is a collective energy. It is not a thing of just one or two people here and there in a couple of cities or something. No, it happens all over the world, and I was quite amazed that the kind of advice that people were giving online also, and the kind of situations that people were narrating that is happening in their life was so common, was exactly something that I was also going through, another person was also going through, and everybody was relating to it, and they were like, yes, it's happening to me too, right? So, and that's when I was wondering that it has to be a collective thing, and that is when I decided that I will make these videos to help people out, whoever needs some kind of assistance, whoever needs to understand what they are going through, why they are going through, why they have been put in this kind of a situation, what they need to overcome, and what is the best way. And that, first of all, for them to know that they are not alone. A lot of us are there, we're all there, and it's mostly the war between the light and the dark, light versus the dark. It is always like that. I've spoken about this before also, and that is when I started making these videos basically. And of course I was making all kinds of content about not just chosen ones, but about spiritual ranks, about self-love, about living in isolation, about using your energy to the most, about transmuting negative energy into positive energy, about everything, right? All kinds of topics I was talking about. But the chosen one thing, that is when I had decided that I will be writing this book about the predicament of a chosen one's life. Okay, and this chosen one, the word that I have put there, this entire phrase, this is not something that I have coined. In the last 5 years, I've been on this path, right? I've been on this journey, and I've had to do a lot of research. I've had to learn all kinds of things. And from then on, I understood that this is a particular pattern. It's like fractals of the universe, where things are inside the other, things are inside the other. It keeps on repeating, and it's there all over the world. It's not a story of one person. It's the story of thousands of people all over the world. Maybe there is one person in every lineage, one person in every bloodline who has to go through this kind of a predicament, who has to go through this kind of a life to sort of heal the entire bloodline. Okay, it's for all those people who are born in dysfunctional families. I'll talk about all these things in detail much in the forthcoming videos, but it's for people who go through a lot of intense stuff in the childhood years anyway. I've included some short anecdotes in this book, like about 6-7 small stories, for you to understand how my childhood was, what kind of a childhood I've had, and for everyone to understand where they are on this journey. If you read those stories, when you hear those stories, you'll immediately know where you stand. You'll immediately resonate, okay, this is exactly something that has happened to me as well, right? Because this thing is not just about me. It's for other people. It's for thousands of other people all over the world who go through the same thing, but are kind of maybe lost. For all us chosen ones, some have figured out why they were given this life, why have they been born in this family, what kind of patterns they need to heal, how are they going to move forward from here. They know, they figured it out. Some are still figuring out. Some have gotten lost trying to figure out. They've gotten tired, they're fed up, and some have given up. They're all in different stages, right? And that is why this book is there, for people to understand where they are in this journey. This book is basically for all the people who were ostracized by their families, misjudged by their communities, misunderstood by many people around them because of their differences, because of how they perceived life, because of how they looked at life, because of their own lifestyle choices, how they want to live, how their gifts are very different than the rest. This book is for all those people who want to understand why they have been given this position in the first place. Okay, this is a certain position that God has given you. Okay, why have you been given this? How do you navigate this path? How do you honor it and cherish this path in the first place? By leaving all the negative labels, all the negativity in the background. And it's not an easy path, it's not a straight line path, it goes up and down. There are many curves, many challenges. How do you overcome each challenge every year? Because it's not going to end, it's going to keep coming till mostly the last breath of your life. Okay, that is how a chosen one's path is. The negative energy of the universe is not going to let you be in peace because they see your light too bright. Okay, so they will keep sending you entities in the form of humans, in the form of people, places, situations around you to discourage you and keep you from your mission every time. Okay, so how do you navigate those things? How do you navigate these challenges every time and still come on top every time? Okay, these challenges are not going to come from outsiders, but mostly from your family only. A lot of times they will come from the closest ones that you live with, that you share a lot of things with, because those are the ones who can break you easily. Those are the ones who know all of your secrets. They know your weakest points, so they use it to their advantage, right? The devil works through those ways. The negative energy brings those weak people in front of you. Everything happens in the right time, in the right place, right? And it's basically time for people to hear out my story. People came to know why I am the way I am, how have I received my information, my wisdom, my knowledge, what kind of prices have I paid all my life to receive this information, because every information that you have, you always have to pay a price for it. Things don't come free ever, right? So I've paid this price my entire life. I've paid a huge price already back then in my childhood. It's not for the faint-hearted though. It's for the strong heart who will be able to go through real anecdotes, real stories, because I have written it exactly like how things were. I've not sugarcoated anything. I've not sugarcoated any of the events. The language is also very blunt, just like how I speak, right? So you will come to know of my childhood if you go through the stories, how my childhood has been, how my upbringing has been, and you will understand the amount of darkness that someone has to go through having a chosen one's destiny. My intention is not to sugarcoat anything, because I want people to understand how the life of a chosen one is. It's not a cakewalk at all. It's a very, very tough life. And a lot of people who are reading this will resonate. A lot of people will not resonate as well. They will wonder, what the hell is this? What is this particular tag that she's speaking about? But this is not something that I have coined. This is a thing that thousands of people all over the world go through. It keeps happening in patterns, in fractals, basically, like how things keep repeating in the world, in the universe, a universe inside a universe inside a universe. It is that kind of a thing. A lot of people go through this, especially the ones who are meant to break certain generational patterns, ancestral curses, certain mindsets, certain toxic patterns, toxic upbringing patterns even. They are the ones who will be able to spot this. Now when there are say 20 people in a family, not everybody will be able to spot these dysfunctions. No one will be able to even say that this is wrong. They will think it is normal. It has been going on in our life since centuries, in our families since decades. That is how it is supposed to go on. Nothing is wrong here. No one will be able to even spot it that it is wrong. Out of those 20 people from so many generations, only 1 or 2 people in the entire bloodline will be able to first of all figure it out that this is wrong. They will be able to stand up and say, this is not right, what you guys have been doing. Yes, I've not seen it anywhere else, but this is definitely wrong for sure. Okay, they will have that intuition telling them. They will have something speaking from within saying that no, this is wrong and this cannot go on anymore. Okay, they will be the first ones to stand up against it and take an action against it, and that is when they will be outcasted. That is when they will be ostracized and considered different, and they will be the ones who will be scapegoated and will be blamed upon to bring shame into the family. They will be scapegoated for each and every problem of the other family members, right? This is what happens. But at some point or the other, the chosen one completely is able to break all the curses with their determination, with their willpower, with their amount of work that they do, and move on to a better place, a higher frequency, basically a higher vibration, where these dysfunctions, these patterns just don't make sense anymore. They have to go, they have to be left behind, along with a lot of people, places and situations. They have to let go basically, in spite of all the dirt being thrown at them, in spite of all the spiritual attacks on them, in spite of so much hatred being thrown, a lot of gossip, slander, this, that going on from everywhere. By the way, it does not happen from one place. It's not coming from one place. It's going to come from every place. Mind it, chosen ones. It's going to come from your family, from your community where you work, your closest people, sometimes your closest friends who you have given away some information to, your partners. If your partners are weak, spiritually weak, they are not at a certain clean vibration, the devils will come, the negative energy will come through them as well. You will get attacked from each and every person, sometimes even through strangers. Okay, and but what I must tell you is that you will have to stay strong, because it's in your destiny anyway to break it. You will be able to break it no matter what, just that you will have to know how to navigate this whole thing. And this book basically talks about all of those different situations. There are 10 chapters in this book. It's talking about everything, starting from being a black sheep in the family to understanding my childhood, how things have been in my life. It will be a shocker. It will be a shocker for most of you, because I have never spoken about my life like this anywhere. I have never revealed things about me to anybody, like the deepest, darkest things, right, which make you who you are, that no one knows about. Even my relatives and stuff who will be watching this or reading the book at some point, they will have a shocker, because they know about some of the dysfunctions in the family, but that is from the perspective of the elders, right? Whatever the elders have said, they know about that. Okay, this from the kids' perspective, from the youngest one in the family, what they are seeing, what is happening in around them in the household, that nobody knows. That is being revealed for the first time actually, and I will be speaking about a lot of things in detail soon. This is just the introduction about the whole announcement about this project that has come live. But so yeah, the childhood is one of the important things in the book. It's one of the chapters. The peculiarities, privileges of a chosen one, what kind of privileges they have in the entire lifetime as they go closer to God, as they embark this path with lot more confidence, with true authenticity, how their privileges change, privileges increase, right? That the body jumping phenomenon, that I will explain again in detail another time, but how evil entities actually body jump from one person to another to attack you regularly, how they try to find out information about you through monitoring spirits, etc. That is another chapter in that. And also what happens as the chosen one slowly breaks the generational curse, all those patterns that they are meant to break, right? At some point they are actually breaking at a certain age in their life. They come of age and they actually do it, and when they do it, what happens? It's not so easy. As soon as you break, it's not like, okay, it's done, my job is done. A lot more shit happens after that. A lot more things start coming to pull them back into the dysfunction again. So at those points, what can we do best to counter that as well? Then about how the chosen ones are a trigger, a walking trigger for everyone around them. Mostly people who are at the higher vibration, higher frequency, they will get inspired, they will like their bright light. But a lot of people who are still unhealed, who are still battling with their own demons, will get triggered big time. Okay, so they are a walking trigger for everybody. That is another thing. And also how they get trained in the enemy's camp. Oh, that is a very, very interesting chapter. These are all things that I have experienced exactly the way I have experienced. That is what I have written in this book, because I won't talk about anything that I have not gone through. These are real stuff which I'm very proud of. I'm really happy that I have been able to go through all of these phases. I've gotten literally trained in the enemy's camp and come out of there. Why I have been sent to the enemy's camp, for what reason, all that is what I talk about in great detail. And it's very interesting actually to know, because a lot of you will resonate with this. Some of you true chosen ones who have literally gone through shit, hell, come back from hell, been in hell and come back from hell, you will definitely resonate with this and you will love this. Okay, so the reason why we are sent to the enemy's camp is very important. You will come to know from that as well. And then the 10th chapter is about the advanced signs. The advanced signs, once you have reached a certain level, after several years of going through your doing shadow work, doing healing work, you will reach a certain stage where there will be advanced signs of you being a chosen one. There are about 20 signs that I speak about that you will come to know as you go on further into this journey, a little more experienced. When you become, better how to handle things, you'll come to know a lot more about yourself. Okay, so that is what I bring to you. This is called I Am the Chosen One. This book is meant to awaken the chosen ones. Okay, some people who are already on this path, some are aware, some are not very sure, some don't know about it at all, some maybe know of it but have not taken it that seriously. But you will come to know of it slowly as you are on this path. As you grow a little more mature, you will know of your journey. But this book will definitely activate you. It's for people who look ordinary but with extraordinary skills, with extraordinary destinies, and for people with an unshakable faith. Because no matter what has been thrown at them, no matter what happens around the world, they still break all of it. They still overcome every single shit and come on top. Okay, it's for those people. I know exactly who are the people who will resonate with this. Even everybody will not be able to resonate with this, which is why the book is not for everyone. But people who are resonating with this message, who feel like, yes, there is something for me here, it rings a bell, there's a bulb on in my head, yes, I think I have lived a life like that, so it's for those people who feel like they can gain something from this. And I'll provide all the links. It's available in 3 versions: Kindle version, paperback and hardcover, and I'll link all of the information in the description. You can check it out and pick whichever version you want, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.